Hey guys, and welcome back to Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. In the last episode, the game froze just as I was trying to run away from the giant snake thing. Oh look, here it is again. Complete with its very bad breath and the ability to clip through trees. And terrain. And whatever that thing is. Look at that. So, it's not here as an obstacle this time, it means there's absolutely no harm. Instead, all it does is just open up the gate. Yeah, we're not going back through there again.
Looks like this is some kind of giant voodoo egg beater to stir up that unsanitary mess.
If I could unlock the cauldron's lid, I might be able to thrash their production and build up enough steam pressure to get launched up to Ruby's Skull Temple.
Okay, sounds like we've got a plan. To get around that thing, try moving in the shadows made by the masks so that the guards won't see you.
Yeah, so for this, you gotta stay in front of the mask while you're walking along this branch, this really long branch. Well, it's two branches, but even so. You do move faster than the actual mask though, so just keep that in mind, try not to go too fast. I'm looking around as if I missed something. The answer is yes. Yes, I did. And now it is time for a ghostly voyage. And ghosts there are indeed. Alright, so the thing with this thing, as Bentley is trying to explain, Bentley, stop doing my job. I'm the Let's Player here. I'm the one that's supposed to explain what's going on. While you're riding on this thing, you move around with the left analog stick, and it's a little bit awkward at first, but you shoot with the right analog stick. I find it awkward anyway. I prefer having just a dedicated shoot button. But this really isn't that bad. You'll quickly get used to it. This was a minigame that I found to be really difficult the first time round. First try. Just like the piranhas, first try. Why is it that the easy ones are the ones that give me a hard time, and it's the difficult ones that are now the ones that are giving me the easy time? I hate when this happens. Making me look bad on the internet. How do I shoot ghosts that are already I just played Super Mario 64, what am I talking about? Ghosts don't die. Yeah, they do. Clearly, otherwise how are we killing them? Again. So you got these guys in, I don't really know what it is they're standing in, but they're surrounded by these, they're surrounded by walls, and they'll throw these giant flaming skulls at you. It's whatever position you're in when you throw them, so as long as you just keep moving and don't move back to where you were, you should never get hit by them. The ghosts love to swarm you though. So in order to get rid of the ghosts, you've got to shoot these big towers. And there is a lot of them later on. That was close. I was really disappointed with this though, because I honestly thought that I was like, oh my god, am I actually going to manage to do a no damage run? Sure enough, right at the end I got hurt. And I failed to do the no damage run, which I think would have been really cool. To do a no damage run, but unfortunately no, I can't have nice things. I mean, there are plenty of times here where I'm like, I'm pretty sure I should have gotten hurt there, but I didn't. Look on that flaming skull and then the ghost immediately afterwards. The ghosts of these very polygonal, I don't really know what you call this, but the saber-toothed cats. I mean, are they saber-toothed cats, or are they just supposed to be like just the ghost of a modern day big cat? In which case, what big cat is this supposed to be? Is it a puma? Is it a jaguar? What is this? I don't think either of them live in Hasty. Oh, I got hurt. But they got big saber teeth, so I am still going to call them the Smilodon ghosts, or the polygonal ghosts. I don't know if it's just to give me time to grab the coins, but it's a little bit delayed with finishing there. And that is the end of that. Let's make our way back to the hub world, and straight away we're entering another mini-game. We don't need to go just there yet. There is a level further back there. I did run right past it. Down home cooking. This is a really strange method of cooking. I think it involves chickens.
With all the hay and feathers in here, just looking at this place has got me breaking out in hives. But we've got no choice. That ghost over there contacted me on Spectre Wave Radio, and we've cut a deal. He's promised us a key if you can whack 50 chickens. I guess he needs them to make a big pot of gumbo, but he's scared of the bob-toting roosters. Be careful, or they'll blow you to bits. Think you can do it?
Again, isn't he already dead? Bomb-toting roosters, so the ghost can't do it, but Bentley's gonna make Sly do it. Right, so all we're doing with this is we're just whacking chickens. I don't know how exactly it's supposed to go in the gumbo because these chickens don't even have bodies. You smack them and they just leave behind a few feathers. And that's what the bomb-toting roosters do. They are equipped with bombs, they'll chase after you, and then eventually they explode. How long they take to explode, however, is completely up to the game, because sometimes they'll run and chase you for ages, like these ones are. Other times they'll explode very, very quickly. Look, these guys just keep going. And that somehow didn't hurt me. This will. Ow. For some reason, you have lives in these minigames, and I really don't get why. In the main levels, okay, yes. Because if you get a game over, you're sent back to the beginning of the level, and ignore the checkpoints. But I don't know why you can still lose lives in the minigames, because if you get a game over in this, well, it's no different to dying. It's like lives are meaningless. I still can't. I'm pretty sure these things are not proximity based because look, it's right next to me and he didn't explode until he actually touched me. So I do not get the timing for these things at all. Which will be a problem if they end up like getting separated and start chasing after you from two different directions. But they both explode at the same time. I don't think they ever explode independently from one another. But this is reminding me too much of one of the objectives in the first level of the Shrek 2 game. I didn't really need reminding of that game. I mean, it's not exactly the same. In that game I have to pick up chickens and throw them into the pot, but even so. I'm essentially trying to accomplish a relatively similar thing. This is hardly the most elaborate way of ever trying to get some gumbo. I play Scooby-Doo Mystery Mayhem, and that has to be the most ridiculous way to ever try and reach a pot of gumbo, and I don't even get to eat it or anything! I spend half the level trying to reach a freaking pot of gumbo. Why are you holding this key to begin with? Oh, I thought these guys technically work from this ruby, don't they? Or are they just independent and they just happen to be there? Even though it's Miss Ruby's magic is the reason that they are there in the first place? Oh, I don't know. Let's just move on. This isn't all the keys, sadly, but you jump up on here. But that still isn't enough. I don't know what happened here. The cutscene decided to replay again. And what happens after that? Oh no! Not again! 9 minutes! That's all it took. 9 minutes after the beginning of this part. I mean, technically it's not 9 minutes since the game last froze, because I did record like previously. But I managed to record the rest of that last part. But even so, the game froze again. Thankfully, that's the last time the game froze. There is going to be a part, there is going to be a section towards the end of the game where the recording software decided to stop. But thankfully, that was only for a few seconds. It's in a cutscene, but the cutscene's barely got any dialogue in it, so it's really not a problem. Anyway, now we have this pain in the ass of a level. Because this level keeps requiring you to to drop down to another path, and upon doing so, you then have to do virtually the entire level all from the beginning again. You don't have to collect everything again, but you have to keep going along this wire, or whatever you call it, this bones really, but just crawl along it over and over and over again. As you can see, I can't make that jump. The only thing I can do is get to that upper level over there, and then drop down and then make my way over all of this again. Smack! Where am I going? I have no idea what happened there. Did the water carry me down? Because it's not doing anything here, or is it because I'm in between the two things? Luckily, I am now immune to water. These things scream at you. Is that tortoise's body? I have no idea. Or turtle? I have no idea. But anyway. Right, so let's make our way up these bones to get to the upper level, and then we have to do... We're going to be doing this about 3 more times. One of those times technically is because I did end up getting a game over, but we don't need to see that part. Well, we might see the game over, but we won't see the restart. Luckily, even if you do get a game over, you still keep your collectibles. You still keep all of your clues and everything. I have no idea what just happened, but yeah. That time something hit me, so if you fall in the water after getting hit by something, you will still drown. It still goes, it puts you back into your drowning animations. Like, if Sly just gets hit by something and he has no lucky charm, he just gets flipped back over and then dies. But if you fall in the water while that's happening, you'll go into your drowning animation instead. Unfortunately, I also stepped into a light. So you don't touch the spiky things. Also, any of these things of wood here will fall down if you touch them. So don't dilly-dally. And don't hit the red searchlight either. Otherwise, the game will try and set fire to you. As much as I do love the sounds that Sly makes when he gets hurt. It's a very, a monkey sound effect. I'll shut this thing up. Why are these fire hydrants in the middle of a jungle? Yeah, that's what you gotta do. Right, in order to get past this guard, you need to get up here, travel along this longer bit, and then jump down. And there we go. Backtrack for those. Take this guy out here. What is he, a rat? Is that what he's supposed to be, a rat? The rats in this game are massive. Now we're down here, and guess what? I certainly don't see any way of making our way back up there, so yeah, now we gotta do this again. Luckily, once again, any enemy you've... It's a good thing this happened, because I completely missed this. But any enemy that you've already defeated, if you die, they do remain dead. Not if you get a game over, but if you die, they will remain dead. But that leaves a lot of wax. I mean, it makes sense, and yet somehow none of it ever ends up on the cane. Yeah, if I had to hold on to that cane all the time, my hand would start to cramp after a bit. But it's like that cane is used for just about everything. Don't actually need to climb to the top of the sun because I already took out the rat. Yes, past me. We're just here. Climb on this rope up here. Hey there, Ms. Ruby. Right, this part's annoying. Right, check out the spider first, and then we're gonna go down here. But the thing rises back up again. So what are you supposed to do? Right, you can jump onto this, grab these ones, but now you're stuck again. That skull isn't going to come back down. That rope isn't going to come back down. There's only one thing you can do. You have to kind of make a bit of a leap of faith and hope that you're going to land in the right spot. Eventually. Eventually. Come on past me. There we go. Do that. So now we get to do it all over again. Make our way all the way back to the top. Nearly fall in the water, which won't really do any damage to me now anyway. And now we have to make our way back up. And all along that again. Just because it couldn't give us a way of getting back up there. Who designed all of this? This is so stupid. Right, the things do stay broken. Or at least I think some of them do. Yeah, they stay broken. I believe the gaps though are wide enough, so if you did end up destroying all the planks of wood, you can still jump across. Just. It's close, but you can just about do it. Right, now we can actually move on. So there's a force field blocking our way. We'll have to use this instead. Oh, look. We haven't seen this before. Right, carefully make your way along this, because it is quite narrow. Camera is not your friend. The game's camera is fine for the most part, but it does have a habit of going in the wrong direction or getting stuck on things. That's what this is. Right, first thing you want to do is you want to take out the fire hydrant in the middle so you can get rid of the lights, and then you have to take out all these candles first and don't just smack into that thing that's covered in spikes. They sound like they're suffocating. I don't think the thing actually sinks fast enough. Smack! Good shot, sir. I don't think the thing actually sinks low enough for you to drown. I don't think it does anyway. I didn't really want to try and find that out. Oh really, it sounds like he's struggling for breath. It's like, why is that the sound effect? Alright, make our way up to this guy now. And smack. Jump on up this. You've got to be quick. They give you a little bit of time, but you have got to be quick. And next up, you can just mess up like this. And then he goes into his drowning animation, even though he's already burnt to death. Let's try that again with more success. Just spiral jump on these things, and now we're safer. On the plus side though, because I did manage to get that one clue that I missed by falling back down. No backtracking for this one. Sometimes the last clue will be hidden right by the safe, but the safe itself can be in a really horribly sneaky place. Come on, Bentley.
Nothing before my righteous analytical ability.
Of course.
The combination has to
Whatever that
be
means.
571.
I think he just means these numbers are no match for my intellect.
Mind bending. It's Matthew Delacoupe's perpetual slow motion technique. With this move, you can slow down time whenever you want, not just while jumping. Hold down the triangle button to use it.
But again, it's so pointless. It really is, because you can barely move while you're using it. Why does it slow down myself as well? Same with the speed up function. You think the speed up function, it would make me go faster, but the enemies go at normal speed. But no, it speeds up everything. Just like this slows down everything. So what's the point? I'm not going anywhere any faster. It's completely and utterly pointless. Right, let's make our way around this thing now. That was actually the first level, the first one that I missed in this area. We already got this one. And we already got the one up here. Get out of the way! Yes, we had to kill him. See, what is the point of this? And with less freezing this time, chuck the keys in here. Even though some of them are on the other side of the spinning thing, and then I was a little bit confused. So you can get in here, and then as Bentley will say, you've got to jump into the middle. Just see it down there. You can spiral. It's because these things aren't glowing, and I was a bit confused. It's like, because normally something you could spiral jump onto glows, but that one doesn't. Whee! A deadly dance.
I could feel that Cooper vibe coming. Most distastefully bad juju.
Yeah, well, you give me the creeps too, lady. Cooking up an army of ghosts isn't a very neighborly pastime.
Oh, Sly. I see your mouth a-moving, but all I hear is blah, blah, blah. Well, if jaws need to flap, then let them flap. See you in the next world, Sly Cooper.
Right, so this first bit is just platforming. Gotta be quick. It's the giant heads. I think this is like this is how our teeth work, but I'm pretty sure not all of my teeth, just the back ones. Pretty sure the incisors and canines go in front of each other. But smack away I go. Right. Let's try that again. Smack and away I go. Well, there go my lucky charms. And there we go.
Come back here. You can't run away forever.
Quite true. Quite true. Why don't I have my servant Chumley escort you over here?
All right. What's the catch?
Oh, not much. Just a little game I like to play with all my annoying guests. I want to see how well you pay attention.
What do you mean?
Well, I'll unleash my mighty mojo magic upon you. If you repeat what I do, you'll dodge it just fine. If not, you'll get zapped.
A little voodoo Simon Says, huh? Sounds easy enough.
Alright, it's quick time events essentially. Just do it as the buttons are coming towards you. At first it's very simple, just 3 of each button. I can't make out what she says. Sly makes it a bit clearer, but not always. I think square is kick, circle is back. I have no idea what triangle is. Two things I want to point out. Number one, I swear her tail clips through the ground. The other thing is, her belly button is freaking disgusting. Alligators don't even have belly buttons. They don't have a placenta, they hatch out of eggs. Why has she even got a belly button? Unless that's her cloaca, why has she got a belly button? The double jump is, it's automatic. You'll jump when you press the X, but that's it. Is that what the X is? It doesn't sound a thing like her either. It doesn't sound like whatever the voice actress is called. She's got a very long name. I can't pronounce it. There we go. A bit quicker. Oh no, we're back to normal now. There we go. Nearly there. I will say, at first I actually thought I died right at the end of the boss fight because it didn't even look like I hit her. It's just that it just went straight to the cutscene. It didn't even look like I hit her. But I was okay. It's not here though. It's just next one. Right, this time we're riding one of those mosquitoes. Right, it's gonna get faster now. I never really had a problem with quick time events in general. And a lot of the games I played as a kid, I kind of hated them, especially when if I failed one button, I'd have to start the entire thing all over again. But generally, I never really had much of an issue with quick time events. I know they're not the most exciting thing in the world, but I never really had that much of an issue. This is somehow it's simultaneously this boss fight gets more and more boring as you go by, but at the same time more and more tense as as you're given less and less time. Did that look like I hit her?
You certainly got some rhythm, Raccoon. But it won't help you none if you're fixing to go after the Panda King. He's tough, with a capital T. If you go poking around his stronghold in China, you're likely to get poked back.
Yeah, well, if he's anything like the rest of you, I think I'll manage. Ms. Ruby's section of the Thievius Raccoonus held notes from my pioneering ancestor, Slyton Common. His invisibility technique allowed him to steal from corrupt pharaohs and greedy noblemen. Right on schedule, Inspector Fox's arrival cued my exit. The production of zombies, made illegal in the World Peace Accord of '71, earned Ms. Ruby a life sentence behind bars. While the gang and I enjoyed a few weeks in the tropical sunshine, working on our tans in preparation for our next caper.
You have fur, how can you tan? Slyton Carmen, so that one's not a Cooper. He's actually got Sly in his name. I think he's the only Cooper to do that, although we will later get Bob. No Cooper, his name is just Bob. Anyway, next up we're going to be going to China to take out the Panda King. So I will see you guys there.